made you decide that radio was the lane you wanted to be involved in?
Actually, the lane I really wanted to be involved in was film and video. I had an interest in, at an early age, I had an interest in being a video producer and director. So I wanted to do music videos. And then I wanted to, after, building my collection of music videos, I wanted to transfer into the world of movies. So I had an interest in filmmaking. What shifted that a bit into music was an internship I had. Back in 2000, I interned for Columbia Records, Sony and Columbia Records at the time. And, we're talking about Destiny's Child, Bow Wow was popping, So Def, the Fugees. So the fact that I was getting like a whole bunch of CDs at my beck and call, I was like, this music thing is pretty good. So that really shifted into me focusing on music.
Why hip hop and R&B, or R&B and hip hop, however you care to look at it?
Again, I think that when I first started out in radio, I was working for a local New York-based hip-hop channel. They also played R&B. So that was my first introduction. Although while in college and while in high school, I gravitated towards that, I also gravitated towards gospel. And I had interest in reggae, being that, I'm from a West Indian background. So when it came to me focusing in on my profession with hip hop and R&B, I just think it was just an opportunity that was presented to me. At the time, the company that owned, or currently still owns, the hip hop and R&B station based here in New York, they also owned a strictly R&B channel. They also owned a smooth jazz station. Okay. So it was just a matter of like, hey, we need you here, and this is what we're gonna place you. So I was like, okay, let's do it.
So you said West Indian?
Yes.
Okay, so how much of an influence was that upon the things that you actually listen to yourself and what you like now?
Oh, a huge influence, because, both my parents and my entire family are from Barbados. So when you think about reggae, when you think about soca, dancehall, and even coming from Brooklyn, a lot of my close friends and family, Brooklyn is heavy with West Indian and that genre of music. And my father, God rest his soul, he was an assistant pastor and minister in the church for many years. So he brought me up on gospel music. So I was always interested in gospel. I always love, to this day, still love gospel, singing the hymns and, being in church and the choirs and song and worship. So I honestly think it was what I was brought up on, is what I know, my surroundings.
Do you play any instruments?
No, I do not play any instruments. I do regret it, though. My father tried to teach me piano along with my sister. And when you're young, you're not trying to actually, at least I wasn't. When I was young, I wasn't really trying to practice and dive into such a thing. And I'm dealing with the consequences now because I regret it. I regret not knowing how to play.
Okay. What does Black music miss nowadays, and what does it still have lurking below the surface?
What does Black music miss nowadays? I think sometimes, in some cases, it's the content of maybe what these artists nowadays is saying. Some of the content is just, simply we're talking about the drugs. We're talking about the women, exposing their body parts. Sometimes it's not really about love. I feel R&B nowadays is coming back. You have artists that really want to focus on, the words about, what I will do for you now, what you've done for me. So I see a comeback, a resurgence in that. But the overall, I feel that, Black music is missing the actual lyrics, the actual words. It's a lot of beats that are taking the place, a lot of mumbling, and you're like, what they said, or the understanding of it. You know, a lot of lyrics, at least personally, I'm like, okay, what does he mean by that? Or did that make any sense? So, and maybe it's just their particular come up, maybe what the artist is experiencing nowadays. So I think that's what they miss.
What do you look for in a song? When you get a song and they're saying we want to play this on the station, what are you looking for?
Personally, I'm looking for like the lyrics. I'm big into lyrics and how they using their words, you know, like the punchlines, and I look for that. And there's always a good beat, you know, that catches your attention, but I love a good wordsmith. Yeah.
Being at SiriusXM is a huge deal, especially when terrestrial radio is catching the wave that it has been in the last decade. What has it been for you to be a part of satellite? It's a completely different world, no?
It is. It's a game changer. You know, we pride ourselves on music discovery. We pride ourselves on being the first channels to introduce you to a new artist, introduce you to a new song. It's almost like having a child and just seeing them when it was first shopping their music around, you know, working with the labels and bringing them to new heights, exposing them to a new audience. So working in satellite allows you to do that. That's in like the forefront, you know, but also working in satellite give people around the office opportunities. You know, I think we create a lot of job opportunities, you know, being that, you know, I'm able to see kind of both sides of it, create positions. And we have so many different teams. We have teams for cross promo. So you could be listening to a particular channel, but then, you know, cross promo might hit. You'd be like, oh, I didn't know that was going on this channel. So satellite gives a lot of open doors, a lot of opportunity for you to grow individually and just as a listener. You know, some people might come on board for a particular genre, but they find a wealth of other channels to listen to. So that, you know, that opportunity for you to open up and learn more about what we have on our platform and what new artists is out, what festivals we might be doing is major. And I love it. I love to be a part of it.
Okay, last question. Like, really? Last question. What's your favorite part of your workday?
I love creating. You know, I love having an image in my mind and getting with my team and being able to work with the team and putting it out to millions of listeners. So the favorite part, you know, I have such a great staff. I have such a great team, and knowing that we all on the same page, knowing that I'm coming into the office every day and able to sit in these meetings and we all have the same agenda to win. I like that feeling. I could talk to one of my lead producers. Be like, hey, I have a vision for this imaging piece. I have a vision, you know, for this promo. And give it to him. He turns it around and is like, that's awesome. So I like, you know, knowing what the person on the other end is thinking or saying when they hear these clips and these music and these bits. And when we might have a certain artist in studio, whether it's a B2K or whether it might be a little Wayne come in and, you know, hopefully, you know, Wayne, if you're hearing us, you know, come on in. And we do the takeovers. You know, we do these massive takeovers where they could take over a whole day. You know, would take over a whole weekend, or a pop-up channel that they could take over for the whole week. And knowing that we could sit down with them and then creating, I love that about my day.
I want to thank you for taking some time out for us, especially for Black Music Month. Appreciate you, sir. We'll be looking for new things from you soon.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you for having me.